Let me say this. The reason why I can say there's an emptiness, and I can say this for a lot of people now because I coach them.
Yes.
So I already know that it's true.
And you coach me.
You know, I know that it's true because I got honest enough with myself to be able to say that to myself. And you see, it's still painful.
Yeah.
Whoa, you see that? It comes again.
Yeah.
So it's painful for a lot of people. And I try to get people to be so honest with themselves that they can live the freedom of being able to say their truth and then heal from it and move forward. The reason why I can say it's empty is because there's no ownership in it. What I mean by that is you're always chasing more fame. You're always chasing more money. There's no wholeness in it. Because there's always going to be more, or you think there's more. You know, I need to do more movies. I mean, even in the career, I remember being on the set of Baby Boy, day one. And I mean, you know, when we were filming, that was the film. You know, John Singleton hadn't done a film in a while. Everybody who was anybody had auditioned, read, screen tested. So when we finally went into production and we were cast, every media outlet was coming to set just to get a glimpse of the first day of shooting.
Absolutely.
And as we were in the makeup and hair trailer, every media outlet was like, so what's next? I was like, what's next? Me getting through this scene is what's next.
Wow.
Are you kidding?
Wow.
That's not what they meant. They meant, what's the next project?
Wow.
So, okay, so now we're being fertilized to whatever you're doing is not good enough. Whoever you are right now is not good enough. Whatever you have is not good enough. You're on the red carpet, and you may be at the pinnacle, you know, best movie, most highly anticipated film. You're on the carpet of some award show, and the cameras may call your name for 3 seconds. AJ over here, AJ over here, and you're doing your poses, and then, you know, when you're feeling yourself, then the next thing you know is Beyonce shows up, and now it's, oh, Beyonce, or Mary J, or, you know, Angela, whoever it is. And you're going, okay, so it's really not about me. It's about what I'm doing in this moment. But don't we all, well, I'm gonna say this, I want it to be special. I didn't want to be special for what I was doing. I wanted to be special for who I was. Because that's lasting.
Do you believe?
That's the wholeness.
And that's what I was going
WHOLE. That's the wholeness. Of who you are is the wholeness. Now what you pour from that is amazing. But you have to be whole to be able to pour. You have to be full to be able to pour.
How many people in Hollywood are acting out of wholeness?
I don't know very many, which is how I have a life coaching business.
Wow.
I don't know many people who are living out of wholeness. Because as Americans, going back to your original question with Africa, as African Americans, we are taught to chase. We're taught to exist empty and chase more money, chase more fame, chase more women. Right? Chase more homes. We're taught that that's our life, is to chase, as opposed to who are you and what fills you. Now you can have nice things. I'm not saying don't have nice things. I still have nice things. But my appreciation of them is different. My value of them is different. I prefer to travel more than have 10 red bottoms in my closet. And I'll tell you what taught me that too. All this was progress. The pandemic. 2020. I couldn't go nowhere to carry all my Birkins. I got a Birkin in every color. I do. And I was looking at them in my closet collecting dust. I got red bottoms. I got a closet of blood. Red bottoms. I couldn't go nowhere to wear them.
Wow.
But I could go to Africa.
Oh my God.
And dance barefoot.
Oh my God.
And eat and drink and wear no mask. Because, you know, the COVID that was killing people, coughing on Monday, dead by Friday here. They didn't even, we were watching CNN. I was in Ghana watching CNN. Like, why is everybody dying? Africans were like, why didn't they come with you? How come they're not here? And I was like, you mean the whole country? Yeah, you're here. And I was like, yeah, you know, I'm living in something different. And that's when I really realized. So it's stages, to answer your question. It's been stages of my evolution, my personal evolution, of what's really important. I love the fact that I have had all of that and still felt like, why do I feel like there's more? I've been on movies, TV sets, and felt like I still want more.
What's going on, family? Hey, this show is sponsored by my friends at BetterHelp. This is Anthony ONeal here with a quick question. What are your self-care non-negotiables? You know those things you never skip, no matter how packed your schedule is? Maybe for you, it's leg day at the gym, or even more crucial, therapy day. When life gets hectic with your projects, kids' activities, and a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to let your own priorities slide. Even when you know what makes us happy, it can be hard to carve out the time. But when you feel like you have no time for yourself, that's when non-negotiables like therapy become more important than ever. If you're thinking about starting therapy, why not give BetterHelp a try? It's all online, making it super convenient and flexible, fitting right into your busy schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire and you'll be matched with a licensed therapist who is right for you. And if you feel like you're not clicking, hey, check this out. You can switch therapists at any time with no extra cost. Therapy isn't just for those who faced major trauma in the past. It's also a great tool for those learning positive coping skills, setting boundaries, and becoming the best version of yourself. Thousands of people have found value in it. Just check out their reviews. So never skip therapy day with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/AO today to get 10% off your first month. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/AO. Take control of your mental health and make time for you. You deserve it.
You can want, but there's a scripture that says, you should be content as well.
Yeah.
So what does content mean? It means happy and appreciative of where you are.
Fact.
So that you can build from there.
Yeah.
But if you're always chasing, that's going to always be a cycle. And so that's when I said, this is not healthy. I have it all and still don't feel full.
I want to live right there, and I want to dial into your life coach here, and I want you to coach us, because I think a lot of people who are watching this or listening to this show are feeling like they don't have it all, but they have enough. If that
They
makes
have
sense.
the things.
Yes, they have the things. Like when I say the things, this is what I mean. They have a healthy family, they have healthy children, they have a good job, but they want more because they see what they have. They see what everyone else has, but they're not really appreciating what God has given them in this season of their life. And I think for me, that happened to me personally. I'm building this great business, and I never forget one day, I got depressed because I'm like, well, I got this great business, I got this great team, but then I'm looking at this other group of people, and I'm like, well, how are they getting invited there? How are they doing this, and how are they doing that? But I'm over here doing this, and I got bigger numbers and da-da-da.
Yeah.
And I had, God literally checked me one day, and he was like, boy, the same way I made you, I made them.
Okay, so let me go back a little bit. So I went to Spelman.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Dual degree.
Wow.
Chemistry, psychology, Spelman.
Okay.
So I was a pre-med major.
Pre-med?
Yes.
And you went into acting? What in the world?
But see, this is important.
What in the world?
I know. This is important to understand all these pieces to the puzzle,
AJ.
right? So I grew up in a very academic family, but I grew up also very involved in the arts. So I knew early on, I really had been built to do whatever I wanted to do. I knew that early on.
Okay.
And I remember there was a woman, I wish I could remember her name. I have to look it up. There was a woman that ran the sporting goods store in my small town, Fairhaven, New Jersey.
Yeah.
That told my mother one day, have you ever put her in horseback riding lessons?
Yeah.
And my mom was like, no. And so my mom looked at me and said, are you interested in riding horses? And I was like, why not? And so the woman said, her posture and her walk says that she could guide a horse really well. And so my mom said, well, she's a dancer.
Yeah.
She's been dancing since she was 3.
Okay.
And figure skating and gymnastics. And then the owner said, oh, then she'll be perfect because her body's already built for it.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing that.
Wow.
My body was already built for it.
Wow.
And so I started saying, well, my mind needs to be built for anything. If she's saying I could do anything physically, I want to be built to do anything mentally. And so when I got to Spelman, my parents were not going for an education 4 years at Spelman to become an actress. That wasn't what they were going to finance. And so I didn't even bring that up, that could be possibly what I wanted to do. So I said, okay, let's go pre-med.
Okay.
And so that's what I did. I studied for pre-med,
Okay.
but I was always involved in the arts at school. I did theater at the Fox Theater in Atlanta. I was modeling in Atlanta. I was doing commercials in Atlanta, dance shows. So I kind of kept my foot in there, right?
Yeah.
Until I realized junior year, it's time to make some decisions.
Yeah.
And so I said, well, I have to see if this entertainment thing could work.
Yeah.
Before I do anything. My dad stopped speaking to me.
What?
He was like, I didn't finance 4 years of spelling for you to go to Hollywood, so you're gonna do that on your own.